Welcome to the part 4 of DAX measures. We are going to practice on a few more DAX functions, the mathematical functions. So in our last video, you were asked about two measures. First one is to find total customers who actually made any kind of sales or any kind of transactions in our AdventureWorks store. So for this, we are going to use the distinct function. So we have already created a measure table in our previous, demonstration. So we are going to click on this measures table. It will give us the context menu. From here, we are going to create a new measure. Okay. So our new measure calls for the total customers who have made transactions. So I'm going to name it as total customers. And to find total customers, we are going to use the distinct count function. Okay, so distinct count function finds the the count of distinct values in a table. So here the table that we are going to use is the sales table because this one is asking us for the customers who have made any transactions. If it would had asked us for all the customers, then we would have used the customer table. So here sales customer key, this table we will use, hit enter, and it is going to create a new calculated or new measure which is total customers. Let us drag and drop it in our cards thing, and you can see there are 17,000 total customers in our adventure work sales data who have made transaction at least once. So this one is our task number 1. Our task number 2 is a special task where we are required to find the return rate. Okay, so now here the return rate is calculated based on dividing the total items returned divided by the total items sold. Okay, so the value of returned items is in the returns table and the value of our sold items is in the sold table. Okay, but we are going to combine them and we are going to use them from the measure table. Okay, so under the measure table you can see there is a quantity returned value, okay, measure, and also there is a calculate total order quantity value. So we have already done these two calculations over our sales and returns table, so we simply have to divide them. Okay, also we will keep a special parameter as no sales done in case if there is the sales value is 0. Okay, so if suppose in our database there are no, actually there is no sales that has been done, 0 sales are done, so it may cause us a divide by 0 error when we try to divide quantity returned by quantity sold. So in that case what our measure will do, it will automatically print no sales done. Okay, so let us go ahead and create that measure. So I'm going to click on the measure table, click on new measure, and I'm going to write the new measure here. So our new measure name, let's call it as return rate, and return rate is the division. So divide, and now we will use the you know the parameter, the already calculated measures, which is quantity returned. So here you can see I am not referring to any table. I am referring to the measures that I have already have in my measures table. So that is why no need to name the table. Directly quantity returned, comma, calculate total order quantity. This is the name of my field over there. If in your case the field name is different, please use that. And after a comma I will write no sales done. Okay, this third parameter is to be cautious, that if suppose in our table, we have just begun creating this report and suppose there is no sale that has been done, so in that case what will happen, it will be a 0 by 0 kind of division that will happen, and it will give you an error in your report. So that is why if such is the case, it will automatically print no sales done. Okay, I will hit enter and this measure will be created. So you can see this is the return rate. I am going to drag and drop it in this field, which is a card field that I have plotted, and it will show me that the return rate is 0.02. That means which is 2%.